differently.
See, I want to transition because I was thinking about that, and obviously that game in Cleveland, and you're in the AFC North. We saw Pittsburgh win yesterday afternoon rather. We saw Baltimore lose, but still play a thrilling game against the reigning defending two-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. We saw Cincinnati lose a game to New England yesterday, which I was happy about, by the way, because if you're going to hesitate to pay Jamar Chase and think they ain't going to have an effect on the team, then you got your comeuppance. That's how I look at Cincinnati. But getting into Pittsburgh, Justin Fields and the Steelers won, but 18-10, 6 field goals. I'm not thoroughly impressed. My attitude is I don't know if I should be happy about what I saw from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't even know if they got a quarterback right now, because you know what they say, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 0. What are your thoughts about what you saw from the Steelers?
It would be different if we were winning a late divisional game, November and December, and the Pittsburgh Steelers beat Baltimore. They beat Cleveland. They beat Cincinnati by the same way. Their quarterback, 17 completions, only 150 yards, gives us another 50 yards rushing. Guess what? I'm clapping my hands and say, Pittsburgh, they can win ugly. They can do that. But to try to do this over the course of 17 games, now, I'm a Justin Fields fan. I'm a Buckeye. He was not a good passer at Ohio State. He has an unorthodox delivery. From the time he decides to throw the football, that motion right there, when he takes that left hand off the football, he has one of the longest wind-ups in the NFL. So from the time he recognizes to throw it, that ball is on an arc, and it takes forever for him to get it there. We saw yesterday a couple of throws into the dirt. You're always going to have a few throws like that. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers want to have a margin of error of, then yeah, you can play with Justin Fields, but he is not an accomplished passer of the football. He doesn't have elite anticipation. He's never had it. He's a young player. He might get some of that. Yes, he's got a strong arm, but Russell Wilson, what has he done? Last year in Denver, what has he done that he doesn't deserve to start? He's been banged up through training camp. But to me, with him he outplayed Justin to get the starting job. He hasn't done anything negative that would make him lose the job. So we have more margin if we put Russ into the lineup, because our passing game, intermediate and short passing, will be better. Now, Justin Fields does have a nice deep ball, so I'm not going to say that Russ is that much better. They're both very effective throwing the deep ball. But more margin of error for the Pittsburgh Steelers with Russ as your quarterback than with Fields as your quarterback.
What about the notion that putting Russell Wilson in there, if for some reason he struggles, how do you go back to Justin Fields after stripping him of his confidence by taking him out in favor of Russell Wilson? What do you say to that?
Well, bro, let me tell you something about confidence. If you get benched and you lose your confidence, guess what? You have some false confidence. You ain't have no confidence anyway. All right? So all these guys, all these studio gangsters, they think they tough and everything. Coach say one thing to them, they crying. Like, you got yourself in this situation. The Chicago Bears gave you their franchise. You didn't do anything with it. So now you have a 1-year deal after a 6-round trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, this is pro football. You have a Hall of Famer in front of you. Man, he better not complain too loud. All right? That's why there wasn't a lot of takers for him in the offseason. He could be the answer in the future. But I'm talking about today. There are more variables. There are more ways to win a football game with Russ as my guy than Justin Fields.